So it's April the 19th, and we're going to talk everything real estate market related. The real estate market is booming. We have statistics to go through transactions year on year. We want to talk about the luxury market and how we are breaking records month to month, and yearly records existed for the highest transaction values ever sold. And we're going to talk golden visas. So let's start with what everyone's looking at the moment, the property market. So I'd like to welcome in my older brother.
I've got a couple of questions before we start.
Okay.
2, Lewis's birthday, 4 days ago?
4 days ago.
How old are you?
36.
36. You feeling old?
I am old. My knees are old. My belly's big.
Hairline still there?
Hairline's fake, so it doesn't really matter.
But also my second question I've got is, how does it feel having someone next to you today that doesn't run a streaming empire or a food empire? Your previous guest this week.
But
you just got me.
You're a massive customer to the food empire, so it's fine. You're one of the biggest customers. I thought your third question was going to be, why am I wearing a jean suit?
I've just shared on video on Lewis's Instagram. Lewis, if you go Google Justin Timberlake denim, you'll see Lewis today is kind of reenacting the Justin Timberlake.
I feel for you.
You were talking NSYNC days though.
Oh wow, Baby Girl You're Gone.
Yeah.
That's a good tune that was, by the way.
So we've had some massive news this week. One we've been eagerly waiting for, golden visas, which you touched on.
Yeah.
Talk us a little bit about that, because that, I think this will solve a lot of answers to some of the problems Dubai's had for many years.
I think the big thing is, about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I actually applied for the golden visa and I got rejected. And I was like, how can you reject me? So they asked me to send in my bank statements, the company accounts. I don't know actually who they went to, by the way. I just printed them and sent them, gave them to the PRO. But someone's got our accounts now. They asked me to see title deeds, and I should have qualified, basically should have qualified. And I had stuff on there, so it was off plan, like the Atlantis and the things that we were buying in the houses that I was living in were way over the value of what the minimum value was. They just rejected me. They didn't give me any reason. And I said to myself, I don't even want it. And just to go a bit further in, they said, oh yeah, we can get you the visa. But if they were going to give me the visa, they were going to link it to a property. And if I ever sold that property, they were going to cancel the golden visa. I was like, what's the point in that? So I always thought it was unobtainable until last week.
Well, last night, some huge news. So there's lots of different changes in terms of industries and people who can apply for it. But the one we're going to focus on today is actually the real estate side of things. And what they've done is they've actually made it less complicated, more simple and more obtainable. And one thing that I've been talking about quite a lot over the years is food. I've been talking about food over the years. One thing I've been talking about a lot over the years is in Dubai, traditionally, you have a 2-year visa. So what a lot of people do in country is they review their current situation about living in country every 2 years.
Because they're forced to, really.
Of course.
Yeah.
So with this new 10-year visa, golden visa, my view is it will keep more people in country, which will contribute towards increasing population, which is the overall goal.
So the visas that are currently changed that are worth noting. So first of all, tourist visas were 30 days.
For certain countries, yes. Existing at the moment, 30 days. We've increased that to 60 days. So if you're coming from the UK, you can stay as long as 60 days now.
Correct.
Which is brilliant.
Then we've got the golden visa. So let me give you a breakdown of the golden visa. So this is for 10 years. So how this works, it is for all children. It's for your wife and also the house help. Now, in the event that someone passes away or the person that's holding the golden visa, that golden visa will be eligible to be completed for the 10-year period, which is amazing for anything that happens.
So if you pop your clogs,
my wife can stay.
Yeah,
and children and everyone else. But what the good thing about the golden visa, which the main reason it's changed is going to help everyone else, is the real estate investor. So if the real estate investor has bought a property at over 2 million dirhams, they now apply for the golden visa.
And the huge thing about it is, according to the statement yesterday, was it includes buyers that have bought a property with a home loan with certain specific local banks. So if you bought a property more than 2 million dirhams and you got a home loan, there's a very, very good chance you'll qualify for this golden visa, which means no blood tests every 2 years.
I know, yeah. It'd be probably more chance of failing because every 10 years now.
Oh my God.
Oh God, that's grim.
So that's brilliant. I also believe, for someone that's, I just think it'll keep more people in country because you don't have to review your circumstances every year.
Yeah.
I think you have a lot more people consider buying because of this also.
Yeah, it creates stability, doesn't it? I mean, that's the key aim. Okay, so golden visas are a massive part of the future of Dubai. Luxury real estate seems like it's going to be a massive part of Dubai. Now, congratulations to an agent called Connor that I've known from another agency before. He broke the record for 280 million.
Amazing.
That is what we come to Dubai for. Young lad come over from another company, seen him out and about, specialising in luxury property, and to break the record, fair play to the lad. So big shout out to him. Off the back of that, also put also up, we've actually broke the record twice in 2 months.
We have.
Now, this is not an old look at us moment, but it's an old look at the Dubai property market moment. So we broke the record for the biggest ever Palm villa, in fact villa we'd ever sold last month.
Yeah.
And this morning I just got off the phone to, I had a commercial that has just broke that record by about 60% for another villa that we've recently sold. So what does that say to you when you see people like other agencies doing the 280 million and we're standing? What's that saying?
There's a lot of money in the world.
Yeah, print. There's
a lot of money in the world. There's a lot of people seeing this place as the place to be at the moment.
Yeah.
I was just driving to work this morning, and there are a lot of countries that are actually genuinely suffering.
Yeah, I agree.
Whether it's different, but Dubai, it's unexplainable how bullish, not just the real estate markets, but lots of different sectors, how bullish they are with the way things are going. I think these things, the golden visas yesterday, there is no doubt why people are deciding to spend so much money here, because they feel like this is the place to be right now and for the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you look at the market, it is just booming, because we're talking about other villas that we're talking about. And one of them was Hillside, and Hillside, they were selling in Jumeirah Golf Estates for 30, 25 million. And I was speaking to the developer yesterday, and he said, we sold the record villa there. It's the last one that they had. Check the Dubai Land Department data, the open source data, which we're going to touch on to in a minute, and 50 million for 49.7 million dirhams.
So practically, that same property is doubled in value in 2 years.
In a year.
And this is the thing with Dubai. I mean, obviously, we see all the programs, the glitz and the glam, and you see the cars, but when you actually look at the availability of genuine high-end property, like real trophy assets, there's not a lot. And obviously there are stuff being built over the next year or two.
When they come to market, they go. You look at the perfect example with Omniat.
Yep.
They launched the tower next to the Dorchester on the Palm, and it went on the same day. We've actually argued with developers, like big developers have launched these super luxury projects, and I'm just saying to them, we're not going to your launch because they want you to sleep overnight with a check, hoping that you get a unit and a token.
I've seen videos of launches recently where we've had a member of staff, believe it or not, in one particular launch where he actually slept overnight, basically on the floor, to ensure he got his client three properties. And that is very common. We're having people queue up and really fight to get to these launches. It's mad what's going on.
It is 2006-7-esque, but with cash backing it, because everything that's being bought is either cash down payments or heavy 40% down payments.
There's nowhere near, again, I might be wrong here by the way, but there's nowhere near, from what I can see, there's not as much trading as there used to be. Do you know, in the early years where you used to buy something, you used to flip it within a couple of days. That's not happening as frequently.
People are holding it. Why would you sell it? You're the only erratic investor I know.
No. Everything I buy, I'll wait until handover.
Yeah, then you sell it.
And then I sell it, yeah.
Okay, so the luxury market is booming. The Dubai real estate market is booming. So one of the points I want to talk about is the transactional data for the year. So we were recently on a data website. What was it called? DXB Interact.
Yep.
And a very, very good website. Big shout out to Firas that built that. Very, very, very cool data. Good, so well done to you. So we're using that website and reviewing what's going on in the Dubai property market. So interesting, 70.83% transactional increase year on year from last year. It's wild.
It's mind blowing. And also a story I've seen was Dubai has had his strongest start to the year ever. Was at the end of last month, up to 12,000 plus transactions that had occurred already.
Well, let me break down the transactions. If anyone that's in the market, an estate agent, these stats are so cool to know. So there was 1,172 transactions as of today that have happened in Dubai Marina. That's a 38% increase. Business Bay has had a 105% increase year on year from last year with 2,492 transactions. The Dubai Creek Harbour, 1,338% increase, doing 1,007 transactions. Downtown is at 1,106% with 1,205 transactions. Ranches 2 in a smaller community, 127 transactions. And the Green. So what's quite interesting is Palm Jumeirah is down 4.61%.
Really?
And
Wow.
Ranches are about 5% down as well.
So that would tell me people in the Palm are keeping hold of their properties.
Well, there's been I don't know, when I was in real estate, the lowest you could buy a garden home for, and I think it was like 05, I think it was. I think someone bought one once at 6.2 million. You can't enter a garden home market now for, I don't know, it must be 16 million, 17 minimum, 17 million. So there's been a major spike. It always happens. The price increase, the buyers panic, then they connect and they go again. That's pretty much how the market goes. But there's obviously been a major spike in the Palm. But I mean, it's be 4.6% down. It's not the end of the world if you own a house there.
We're talking about not necessarily property prices, which have gone up, but the number of transactions
Units.
is frightening. The number of people buying properties. So when we're seeing 20, 30, 40% across not just one community, but multiple communities where we're seeing huge gains, it's just, it's mind-blowing. It really is. What do you put it down to? We talked about it earlier on, but I don't want to answer this question for you.
You get it though, aren't you?
I might do, yeah. Like when we talked about golden visas, and we're going to talk about the open data in a moment, all of this is all knitted together nicely. The golden visas gives people more comfort about staying here longer.
Yeah.
The open DLD data gives more transparency. So if you're an investor, you're thinking, right, I now have more information than ever about making an informed decision.
Yeah.
I now, when I buy something, know that my future in this country is now more longer term than 2 years.
It's even down to the naysayers. This is perfect for the people that go, and I see it on Love in Dubai and I see it on Facebook groups, they go, no one's buying it. Arabian business is a perfect one. No one's buying in Dubai. The market's going to crash. You just go, well, there's the land department there. Because all they say is, you're faking it, agents are lying. So it's good for agents, it's good for the naysayers, it's good for the press. Open source data. I mean, the UK do it on Rightmove and Zoop, don't they? Where you can literally go onto the address that you own and you can see the historical sales, can't you?
I think this will apply to so many things. DLD data is a start. So people can see everything that's happening. But I think in the future as well, which is a big part of transparency. We talk about Companies House in the UK, where you can jump on and see company information, who the owners is, whatever.
How much they're making.
Yeah, how much they're making as well, their books. But I think that'll happen here also. And I think the more transparency in the whole country, I think it will attract more investment in general.
I agree. Okay, and on to the final point of our short, sharp podcast today, the open source data, which we've just touched on then. So what has happened? Just explain to anyone that's listening what happened.
So DLD 6 to 9 months ago trialled open data to a number of property portals where they said, right, here's our data, go and translate it into what the consumer uses in the story, and go and run with it. That's been very, very successful. A number of property portals, Property Finder, Bayou and DXB Interact are currently using it. They've now basically opened that up to anyone that wants to decide to say, look, here is the data, interpret it how you will, and kind of put it on your own dashboard or whatever you want to do with it. So DLD have now said, here you go, this is what we've got, do what you want with it. Yeah. Amazing, huge step as well, because I think in general with Dubai, it's always been, this is ours. Yeah. You know, we'll be in control of everything. And I think that's not sustainable as the country grows. So being able to give people access, I think the world we're in anyway, open APIs, open access is so, it's a normal thing.
Our businesses run on it. I mean, everything from WhatsApp to emails to a Salesforce that we use. I don't think in today's world you can give the customer the experience without giving the open APIs and the data. So I think that is going to be a massive step forward for a few things. I think valuation companies.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know how you can hide from valuation at that point. I mean, the question that would be begged to be asked is, what's the point in getting comparables to valuations now?
They could have it directly onto their dashboard if you had some smart people doing it. Same with our CRM, we could have live property data in our property database versus what we've got for sale, giving us information there. So
I mean, we're going to build this out ourselves. Let's be honest about it. We've got a team behind that are going to make sure that the customer experience is absolutely A1. But brilliant for the market.
Data beats opinion every day of the week.
Ooh, that's how we're going to end it.
Yeah.
Data beats opinion. Welcome to the Dubai Open Data Property Market.
I love it. Great place to be.
Thank you very much for tuning in. A short, sharp, but a very updateful. Doesn't work, does it? Updateful.
Yeah, we're updated, yeah. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.